George Lyon, Liberal Democrat MEP, in the wake of this German dioxin scare, you're calling for a full investigation. What actually do you want to see done and who needs to do it?
Well, the Commission clearly have to have a strong role in this investigation, and Commissioner Dalli confirmed that they would be working with the German government. There are some real hard questions that need asked here. Firstly, how did this come about? Secondly, if reports are correct that the company knew in March 2010, why on earth was no one informed? Why were the authorities not informed? And how on earth did the contamination then subsequently take place? I think third, we need to try and see why the tough rules that were introduced following the outbreak of BSE in the United Kingdom in 1996, which absolutely tightened up the rules regarding feed and what you can feed and what you can't. Why did it fail this time? We need answers to these questions to determine A, whether we need to toughen the rules or toughen the inspections.
I mean, as you say, those rules brought in after BSE. What kind of safeguards should there be in place that aren't or aren't working?
Well, clearly the rules that were brought in the United Kingdom was to exclude meat and bone meal from feed for animals. There was tough new rules about whether you could mix and what you could do in feed plants. Now, clearly what's happened here is that the mixing of fats meant for industrial use with fats meant for livestock feed. There was a cross-contamination somewhere. It was interesting that John Dalli last night said that he was thinking about introducing rules that would force that process to be separated completely, and I think that's a good starting point.
I mean, the debate at the European Parliament was really forced onto the agenda, helped by a question from yourself. Do you feel, in what he was saying, that he is showing signs of really taking some tough action after this scare?
Yeah, I think he showed that he was alive to the issue. He recognises the damage it could be done right across Europe to consumer confidence in European food if we don't actually sort this out, get to the bottom of it and reassure consumers that it will not happen again. In the United Kingdom, we've experienced food scares over the past number of years, BSE being the worst, where we ended up spending £4 billion slaughtering animals to try and reassure consumers that United Kingdom beef was safe. We don't want a rerun of that.
I mean, just how important is tough, quick action at an EU level to make sure consumer confidence isn't damaged long term?
It's vital because the European market is a single market. We need the European Commission to be able to trace, to try and police and make sure that incidents like this never happen again.
And what about farmers? I mean, you've been back in the constituency over the Christmas period. Does something like this worry farmers back in the UK as well?
Yeah, because it's a bit of deja vu when they hear that 4,800 German farms were shut down, they couldn't export, there's export bans coming in from China and Japan. It's a rerun of what happened in 1996. So they've great sympathy with German farmers, and I think German farmers will want to know who's going to compensate them for the losses, because it's through no fault of their own they found themselves shut down, unable to sell, and the loss of export markets to European produce. We need to sort this out quickly, get the answers, and get in place any new rules or tougher inspection systems that are required according to the evidence of the report.